Okay, we're leaving the North Star Lodge in Killington, Vermont. This is Adventure for Life. I'm Joel, day 5 of Section 5 of the Northeast BDR. Got 189 miles we're going to do today of Section 5, and gonna end up in Woodsville, New Hampshire. So that's the plan. 60 degrees, sunshine in the forecast. Couldn't ask for a better day. Thankfully I've gotten to say that about every day except the first, and just looking forward to it. Oops, John took a wrong turn, but he'll catch us. Oops. Almost had a little altercation with that car. Anyway, looking forward to a good day, and we'll see you out there on the trail. Again, we're in Killington, Vermont, and here's part of the Killington ski resort. There's the Sky Ship gondola, and apparently some crossover. So that's kind of cool, not a big deal. Anyhow, we're headed to the first thing we're going to do off pavement is one of these class 4 roads, so we'll see how that goes today. Obviously we didn't fare very well yesterday, but hopefully this one will be. Supposedly, again, the one we tried yesterday was the hardest one. Who knows? So we'll see what that's like. So we've gotten off the pavement, and it's just the kind of roads we've been on. This should be leading us to an unmaintained road here in a few minutes, so I'll turn it back on at that point. So we're in this section where you can get a pretty good view. We just passed a house back there that was up a little bit higher on the hill and just had a gorgeous view of this whole valley and the mountains and all that over there. So anyway, temperature's same, 63 now, so again, looking forward to a beautiful day. These the rock walls are just everywhere, just marking the edges of fields, I guess. I mean, I know they use them as boundaries, but there are just a tremendous number of rock walls. You can see them way over there in the distance. You know, we've seen several before, but oh, there's cemetery. Yeah, really pretty place. Back into the woods. Okay, Aqueduct Trails parking. This is the beginning of the Class 4 Vermont Road. So I'll leave this running for a second. We'll see how it goes. Just had a sign that said, "Do not attempt to navigate," or something like that. So I suppose, well, you can see that there's vehicles, 2-track vehicles that come in here, so not real difficult so far. I'll turn it back on when if we get something a little tougher. I'll let it run for a second more. See what's up over this little hump. hear that it rained down here not too long ago. We just went up a pretty steep rocky section. One of the guys fell. The good news is that having stopped halfway up the hill, which was a no-no, not for me, but one of the other guys stopped halfway up the hill, and so I had to get restarted again, and failed the first time. I didn't fall, but just couldn't get it going. It's too much, not enough traction, but somehow got it going the second time. And anyway, so far so good. This is a lot easier than what we barely attempted to do yesterday. So alright, so there's a muddy section here. I'm not a fan of mud, but we're going to give this a whirl. Wow. I can't believe I made it through that. Those guys because I didn't want to stop there. So this is just down from that section we just did. This is just really I mean, it's certainly challenging, but it's really pretty. And I'm gonna have to say it again, these little narrow tight sections like this are just, they're just fun. Unfortunately, this is not, I mean, this is, it's tough, you know, at my level, but it's not undoable at my level like yesterday was. Obviously there's a lot of people that laugh at yesterday and think it's easy, but I'm not one of those guys. Okay, we're on a different class 4 road now, and it's no inclines so far. And that last one was fun enough that we decided to do another one. So we'll see how this goes. There's another guy that passed us just a second ago by himself, which, you know, is a little strange to me. Interesting. Thinking about trying to go round, but yep, there you go. I don't like the mud, partly in the water, because you can't see what's in there. Mud is tricky, and I sure don't want to fall in it, because I've done that before, and then you're soaked for the rest of the day, and it is no fun. There's your rock walls again, pretty place. Again, class 4 just means unmaintained. This apparently has been maintained some by the property owners out here. So the unmaintained section was pretty short, but you know, that was probably 4 or 5 minutes ago. This is again just another pretty area, and I said about the other states that they were about what I expected, and this is what I would have expected from Vermont. Just really, really green and pretty, and just imagine what these roads would be like in the fall, which will be about a month from now, I assume, for them. So there you see the sign, Bernardtown Highway, Class 4. Again, that means unmaintained in Vermont. So we're going to see how this goes. It's kind of interesting. Bernardtown Highway. if this is the highway to Bernardtown, I don't think I want to see Bernardtown. But anyway, that could be, I'm guessing that's old school from, 100 years ago or something like that. But we'll see. Obviously some rocks. It's pretty steep downhill. Narrow. I'm in first gear. Just to let the engine do the work for me. Look at the barriers there. That's interesting. Wow, I'm going slow. Okay, so I guess we're going to go right through the middle of this. That was a little muddy, and we've had another unfortunate situation. So I'm going through, and we'll stop and help John. Yeah, that mud's slick. So we helped get that bike up, and yeah, he just, well, you just saw that. You see how squirrely I got in that mud. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I'm going around this time. Well, I'm not going around this time. I think you can see the, just that little mud puddle I ran through, and you got all this smoke coming off the motor. I mean, it's no big deal, but it's just kind of funny. Okay, long, rocky downhill. So I wanted to make sure those guys got far enough ahead so that I could pick my own line, get a little momentum, do what I want to do. See some pretty good sized rocks there. But you don't want to go over. Okay, that section's done, so we'll see what comes. Okay, another rocky downhill. I'm going to try the middle. Whoop! Skipped over a little bit. Yeah, sometimes that crossing over the crest in the middle looks like the thing to do, but then you try to start and your tires just won't climb it, even though it's pretty small. That little section back there had some grass on it. It just didn't want to go over. Whoop! There's a big dip. Goodness. Alright, well, this is not only fun, but it's very pretty in here. 4,000th time, narrow. Lots of foliage again, man. This would be just incredible a month from now, I'm sure. So, a month and a half. So, we're out of it now. Supposedly, this is a 10 to 12 mile long section, and we sure didn't go no 10 to 12 miles just then. So maybe this is going to link us up. Nope, there's the interstate, so the highway. All right, I'm just videoing this because it's a one-lane bridge, and there's this old dude hobbling across it, and there's a river and a creek, and I like one-lane bridges, and this is old school and all that kind of stuff. So there you have it. And you'll be surprised to know that we are on River Road. So we came to this opening here. Hadn't seen too many of these. Wasn't for this stupid power line, you'd have a pretty good look. But anyway, again, haven't had too many views like this, so I thought I'd get it on film. So another class 4 road, pass at your own risk. There's a tractor up there, so I'm going to wait just a second. But anyhow, the last, we've done 3 so far. This will be number 4, I think, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'll start recording again once we get out there. So far, it's just my favorite kind of narrow road. You can see the right side. I guess the water runs on that side. We're going a little slow here, but little rocky. It's not really not the little, it's those big rocks that you just can't, you know, they're going to bounce you where they're going to bounce you. Little tree in the road. Fortunately, somebody else made a bypass before we got here. Man, there's some serious ruts here. Okay, so another rocky descent. Going way too slow, but that can't be helped. But it's fun nonetheless. There have been a couple of rock, again, I'll call them ledges or whatever, that I've tried to go over, which has been fun, although it's not really that big a deal. It's not hard. Okay, we got another rocky descent. Let's see what this is like. You see, some of the time I'm riding right down the middle, which, you know, makes sense. Well, you never know. Just try to pick the best line you can. Wow. So this is a little rockier. Necessarily trying to choose the easiest line, because I'm trying to practice a little bit too and get a little bit better at what I'm doing. Okay, I think we're out of that and we're back to some maintenance here. Again, unfortunately, got the power lines, but now I'm a little bit below them. So you got a, you know, there's a house right up behind us, and they got a beautiful view from where they're at. Anyhow, Vermont countryside, couldn't ask for much better. Another class 4 section down. That was very, very enjoyable. Oh, the proverbial red barn, or red roof barn and red roof house. Cool. So I'm not exactly sure why that's there, but apparently it's a photo op for us, so we're gonna go take a picture. The story is, there was a guy from around here that worked on these things, whatever kind of motorcycle that is, and he unfortunately passed away. And that was put there as a memorial to that man. So we have memorialized John Smith, or whatever the heck his name was. By the way, it's about, yeah, it's 11:40, 77 degrees, so it's warmed up a little bit today. Talcville, whatever. By the way, it's a Saturday, so lots of cyclists and whatnot out today. Motorcycles, use caution. Interesting, these tires have had no problem with these kinds of machined up roads that they're getting ready to repave, which is good. All right, about lunchtime, and we've still got 100 40 miles to go. So you do these class 4s and they're slow, and we're stopping a lot and whatever. So that's not a complaint, just we're stopping a lot. So anyway, lunchtime coming up. It's probably been an hour since the last clip. It's 12:45 right now, 71 degrees. We rode some asphalt for a while, and we've been on roads like this for quite some time. It started getting narrow back there. There's a little creek bed there, but started getting narrow back there. I thought we were getting ready to get into another class 4 section, so in theory we're going to do one more class 4 section before lunch, and then maybe 3 more after. We've got 110 miles still to go. So we've got you know, we started out at 100, I think it was 189. It's called 190 miles. So we've only gone 80 miles, and you know, used a bunch of the day. So and with 4 of these class 4 roads, who knows how long they'll take in front of us. Maybe a late day, which is fine. The cornfield, I've seen a few of them. And most of the riding around we've done, there hasn't been much in the way of farming or anything like that, but every now and then there's a little. Okay, so we're on our 4th or 5th class 4 road. I wish I would have started this 2 minutes ago, because we had a real good rocky climb, fairly long, that we did, but I just couldn't I couldn't get the camera on in time, and now I'm down in this rut, and you better just ride it. That was interesting. Anyway, that was fun to do that little mud section right there. Again, I wish I'd have got that rocky section, because that was fun, and yeah, so pretty good uphill. So I'll start it again if we get some fun. A little bit of a rocky descent. It's not nearly as rocky as that climb was earlier. Again, I wish I'd have got that, but I was in the middle of it before I knew it, and I needed to hang on with both hands. Okay, I'm a little irritated because just had what I called on the video, what I thought was videoing, this probably the steepest downhill I've ever been on asphalt, and it was curvy and all that stuff, and real pretty, and somehow my GoPro got messed up. Anyway, so I stopped because I didn't want to miss this, the greatest covered bridge of all time. So there it is. Couldn't ask for any better than that there covered bridge. And now I'm catching Jim. Is so nice to wait on me, and we're supposedly stopping at some store right up here. Looks like they're gonna have a bike race or something like that tomorrow. So there are a lot of bikers around. I don't know what town. Warren. This is the town of Warren. This is where we're eating lunch. So there you go. Okay, we just left the Warren general store or country store or whatever it was, and wow, what an excellent lunch we had. So highly recommend that. Again, in the town of Warren, Vermont. Really good. So we've got 1, 2, or 3 class 4 roads left to do. It's 2:15. We don't really have enough time to do everything that's left and be at the hotel by 5, which is kind of what we're shooting for. So we'll just see how the afternoon goes. All right, so we just came over this rise, and I'm real glad I'm not on that bicycle right there. and, you know, saw the mountains in the distance. Unfortunately, the trees are covering it up, but, you know, thought I'd give that a quick view to that. Oh, we get a little bit more in the distance here, so anyway, we're headed out to some more Class 4 roads, and we'll see how that goes. So we got back off the pavement, and man, this is a steep uphill. I don't think it's well, it could be as steep as the downhill we did earlier on the asphalt, but man, this is pretty steep. Okay, it's leveling out a little bit here. Anyway, wow, I hate washboards. And so we just came out of the woods into this wide open area. Again, I hadn't seen much of this, but it's pretty. It's green. It's Vermont. Wide open area. We're kind of on a little bit of a ridge. You can see that it goes up higher, but pretty nice view. These people obviously have a great view. Quick little look at this. It's super pretty, narrow. Tree covered. It's awesome. I think this is what they call the floating bridge. I think this bridge is floating on some kind of who knows what. So that's kind of interesting. I've driven across a floating bridge in Switzerland before, but never in the United States. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if we're on the Class 4 yet, but it's pretty narrow. Oh, there's a little backwoodsy kind of dude. I thought I'd run this for a second. We'll see if we can actually get to another section like what we've done before, or if this is it. Okay, that was the last Class 4 that we did a little bit earlier. We're riding to the town of Woodsville. I think we've got about 30 minutes probably. Doing a little bit of twisty stuff here. Been going downhill for a long time. I had no idea we were at whatever elevation we were, but you know, I don't imagine we were any higher than 4,000 feet. I'm sure less than that, but we have been going downhill for a long time, and on cue, we're done going downhill. Okay, we're going to look at the bottom of the sign. There's 5 places, and we're going to Woodsville, New Hampshire, right there on the bottom. And then we're going to come back here for dinner. This is the town of, I don't know, is it Wells River? It's the town of Wells River. With a very narrow underpass. So I'll be very careful. That is the Wells River. Ooh, just entered New Hampshire. Live free or die. Well, I think that's good. That's a good motto. Live free or die. So we're still in Wells River, but I thought I'd show you the Wells River and the Woodsville Guarantee Savings Bank too. Oh, so we just crossed the state line. Oh, that river was the state line. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow sometimes. Okay, about 5 minutes to the place, bed and breakfast we're staying. Well, there is Jocelyn's chair. Apparently Jocelyn is a giant baby, a giant's baby. Okay, turns out we're in Bath, New Hampshire, B-A-T-H. And we are staying at the Hibbard House Bed and Breakfast. Not where the dumpster is, but there you go, the Hibbard House Inn. I don't know that they have vacancy, but anyway, this is where we're staying. Franklin Pierce, the president, used to stay here back in the day. And we were told by the owners that he didn't always behave himself. So anyway, 189 miles. Killington, Vermont to Bath, New Hampshire. This was the best day so far. Really, really enjoyable ride. Had some challenging stuff on the Vermont Class 4 routes. It was not so challenging that we had to turn around, so we were able to complete all of them. So there is a fair breadth of differences in difficulty with the Class 4 roads in Vermont. And we did run into some guys that went on through. They had smaller bikes than us, went on through that section where we turned around yesterday, and they said the next section was even more tough, and we had met them beforehand, and they thought that we would have a lot of trouble with the big bikes, and so obviously we did. But today was fantastic, weather perfect, couldn't ask for better. And we're going to go to Shiloh's Diner tonight for dinner and stay at the Hibbert House Inn. This was day 5, section 5. Again, Killington, Vermont to Bath, New Hampshire. Section 6 tomorrow.